Hey guys, Kurt from Time Machine Transport. All right, we're doing somebody at my door. Hold on one second. Nah, just a guy picking up the dumpster. Sorry. All right, so this is going to be a video on if you do have to replace your S-cam. This is the installation of the S-cam. So the part is, I showed this on the other video, but I'll show it again. That's the S-cam, and then you're going to need a kit with it. So there are a few things that were confusing to me because when I pulled the where the hell are my readers? Oh, right here. Excuse my dirty ass shop. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go over these because that kit comes with the washers and the seals. So this is the paperwork they give with you or give to you with the kit. I put a little black hash mark over the ones that we actually need. I'm also putting in a new slack adjuster on this if you want to do that. If you have an older rig, the slack adjuster part is that. All right. And also if you want to do the ABS sensor, be very careful of this bracket. There's a bolt and a nut there and a bolt and a nut on the bottom. Right there. So I couldn't press the ABS sensor out, so the bracket cracked. So what I did was I just pounded it out with a screwdriver, drilled through it, removed it, and then I cleaned the inside of the housing. And then I just went ahead and siliconed it in. I'm like the guy, I don't use duct tape to fix stuff, but silicone's my go-to. And then I've went ahead and ran new cable protecting or whatever you want to call it. So make sure first you start everything clean, front and back. Excuse me, I just got too much shit around here. So we're gonna have right back here and then right here. Make sure it's clean, and when you clean it all up, when I had to cut this bushing out, I nicked the housing. I don't think that's gonna be a problem, and the reason why I say that is, first off, I am not a mechanic. I do not pretend to be a mechanic. But you can see on this new S-cam where this is all, I don't know, you'll see that right there? And this is a brand new one out of the box. So I don't really think, because there's really no, there's this rotation for your, the only thing you really want to make sure is obviously your spleens are good. And so also make sure that you have the correct side for your S-cam. There is a difference between the right and the left side S-cam. So do not put a right side on the left side, or else your brakes aren't going to work. You're going to have to pull everything apart. So before you do this, take your old S-cam, put this one up to it, and size it up. Make sure it's the right S-cam. All right. So now the ones I have marked, so it didn't, I'll actually have to show you the old slack adjuster. So those are actually the washers you're going to need, and there's the description of your washers. Pardon that it's all coated with grease, but here's a better picture of it. Okay, so those are the washers you're going to need, and the seals and the bushings. So another thing you're going to have to be very careful over is the two bushings. You can see, I don't know if you can, but I can. This one here is thicker than this one. So keep that in mind, and don't rush this, man. It's not a race, right? Do it, make sure you're clean, and then we're going to get to the hub after we're all done with this. So if you take your finger, just back up. When you take your finger and you feel the inside, you can feel that the lip right here where that crease is right there, that lip, that one's thinner. And if you rub your hand on the back, on the inside hole, that's what she said, and he said, you can feel that it calls for a thicker bushing. And also on your paperwork, it also says, you can see right there, this is bushing camshaft. So it's almost 1 3, almost like 1 5/8 inch. And ID stands for inside diameter, in case you didn't know that. I'm not trying to be a smart ass. And then the 26 bushing camshaft is 1.5 inches ID inside diameter. So I took my tape measure and I actually measured them, because sometimes your eyes can fool you, right? But the one on the right is definitely thicker than the one on the left. So just keep that in mind before you put the 2 bushings in. So we're going to put the bushings in first. I already cleaned everything. I'm just going to take some brake cleaner and just clean it off real quick in case any like debris, because my shit's all freaking dirty here. So I'm just going to make sure that this stuff's very clean. And then I'm going to take some Schaefer's oil, like WD-40, except it's way better. And I'm just going to spray the outside of both bushings before I put them in. Now, the best way to do this, because I do have like a press kit that with plates, and I'll do that when I put the hub seal in. So you're going to have your 2 seals, front and back. So front seal goes here after your bushings. So what you're going to want to do is, now this one here, I don't understand which one is the front seal, which one's the back seal. I might have to do the same thing by feeling the back and the front. Oh yeah, the back definitely. So the green seal is going to go in the back. Shoot, sorry. Really, Kurt? Got a big ass hole in my freaking shop pants, and of course they went down there. So anyway, so your black seal is going to go in the front, and it's going to face out like that with the rubber part facing inside. Same thing for the back one. The back one, now obviously not here, but in the back side, you're going to put it in like that. All right. And I saw some videos a long time ago where they wanted you to put this in so that the grease could come out of the S-cam. I don't know if that's right or not, because when you put this in, when you tap it in, you're going to totally destroy that rubber gasket. I don't think that's right. So I'm going to do it the way that I think is right. And also, when I took the old, you can see the one laying right there next to that tub. When I took the old one out, that's how it was. So that's how I'm going to put it in the same. So what you're going to want to do is, instead of using a press plate, I'm going to use some large sockets. And the reason being is it fits perfect on both seals. The diameter is the same on both of them, just not the thickness. So I'm going to use this socket and a hammer, and I'm just going to put it in. Now when you put it in, we're going to do the first one first. The rear one's going to be more difficult because you have the differential. So that's going to kind of be in the way. Now when you start tapping this, you're going to want to take a regular hammer and just tap it in lightly to get it so it's seated, because it's going to be difficult to hold your socket and your seal at the same time trying to put that in. So take a hammer, make sure it's on the outside. Now, not right now, I'm just saying, after you put in the bushing, you're going to want to tap that in, all right, and let it sit in there. But don't get crazy on it, because it's got to go in universally or at the same time. I mean, it can't go in like this end first, and you want it to go in evenly, is what I'm trying to say. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take the thin bushing, and we're going to tap that in with a hammer, and then I have a different size socket. So the 1.5 inch socket works perfectly for the seals, because I have to go in when I put the bushing in. I have to go inside of that housing, all right? So on that one, I'm going to use a 1 3/8 inch. And as you can see, It fits perfectly on both bushings. All right, so those are your two socket sizes. Unfortunately, I can't do that while I am holding a camera, so I'm going to put you on pause, and I'm going to get it started, and then we're going to finish it off. All right, guys, so I got it started. That's what I mean. Like, just tap it in so it's snug. Same thing for the back side. I can't really, actually, I guess, get my arm down there. Just kind of get it so it's in there a little snug. And then you're going to finish it off with the sockets that I just showed you. I can't do it I can't hold my phone while I'm doing it, so I'm going to go ahead and tap them in so that they're flush, and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, guys, I got this one in. That actually worked pretty well. However, so she's seated in there really nice. However, the back side is a pain. I already got it so it's flush. However, I can't get the socket and enough leverage. So if I put the socket on it, there's not enough clearing space from here to hit the socket like so. So I'm coming up with something else. And I'm going to see if I can use a threaded rod, and I'll let you guys know if that works. I'll show you. All right, guys, it seems to be working. So I set this one in place, and I have a long threaded rod through the whole camshaft housing. I don't know what it's called. And I'll show you the trick to this. If I've done this in the past, I just didn't think that it was going to be that difficult on the back. So what you do is you take a large, you gotta have a 15/16. A socket would do too. And you just place a couple big washers on the outside, and you put it like that. And hold on one second. I don't know if I really even need this on there now. And then you do the same thing on this side. A big old washer on this side. And then what I'm doing, because I already set this bushing, so it's already seated out on the back side. I just busted my ass. So it's already seated, so I got it in there as far as it'll go. So now, if you take it slowly with an impact, you should be able to suck it in. So, let me see if I can get that for you guys. If you could pay attention, you just go real slow. And as you can see, it's starting to suck in. All right, I can't do this two hands. I really got to pay attention, so I'm going to show you guys what the final product is. All right, guys, as you can see, the washer is all the way in there now. So I think I've gone far enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back it out and see what happens. Bear with me. Hopefully, if not, we can suck it in a little further if we have to. Darn it, I should have did the other side first. Shit, I'm gonna have to put you on pause. All right, guys, so this is what I used right here. And the whole concept of that is when you gotta, I'll show you. So you basically put it in like that. And then you put your washer and nut on the other end where the rod is sticking out. And once you put that on, oh, can you guys see that? Sorry. Once you put that on and you start tightening it down, it's going to draw when you put a wrench on that end. Is that right? Wrench on that end, and then a impact on this end. Once you start tightening it up, the nut drives the washer so it's flush, and the tighter you get it, it's going to suck that bushing in there. So that's what you need, a long threaded rod. And I thought I had one in the shop from a long time ago when I did stuff here. And if you look down the chute, I don't know if you can see that. And when I put the S-cam in, and I know I still have to do the seals. Once the seal goes on. Now it says there's a washer that you're supposed to put on according to the paperwork. It says right here number 30. No, I'm sorry, number 7 is oh no, that's the seal. I'm sorry, number 6 is a washer camshaft. But the thing is right here there's not a washer that's thick enough to go over this end. The washer goes right to here, but it will not go past that. So I don't know what that's all about, but all I have is the washers that they gave me in the kit. So I'm gonna put you back on pause. Yeah, I even opened up another kit, and this one's all sealed up. I thought maybe I might have misplaced a washer, but this big one right here is this one right here. It's the same thing, and it does not go over the camshaft. So not really sure why that is. What the hell I do with the damn S-cam? I just want to show you guys. Hold on. All right, so here's the S-cam. This is the largest washer they have in that kit. So when I took the old S-cam off, right here, there was not a washer here on this thing. So I don't know. But actually, as you look at the S-cam, you could see how thick it is here, and it actually gets narrower. So I don't know if that's just killed my light. Oh yeah, it's the same thing here. So yeah, there is no washer you can actually put over the S-cam. So I don't know if the old one didn't have one, and there's not one in the kit. I don't know, unless they do like the same drawing for, you know, different S-cams, maybe because this is an older rig. I mean, this right here, this lip right here is pretty thick. So I don't know. I think that would be the same as a washer, but they don't. Having my light. They don't have anything on there for that. So I'm gonna put you back on pause. Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take a grease gun. That's another thing about grease guns. My brother gave me that. One of my best brothers in the whole wide world. Stevie. I didn't think I'd ever have a use for a battery-powered grease gun. I've always used a manual where you're just pumping it with your hand. Man, that thing is a lifesaver, brother. So I really appreciate you giving me that. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to grab this grease, is what they want you to put in it. And you need a grease gun. It's not high temp. It's like a tan. I don't know what the difference of that is, but they say you're going to want to use this grease when you put the S-cam in, just around the spline or whatever. Basically, you don't need to. I mean, I will throw lube on this thing, just kind of coat it, but they really just want you to coat this, because that's the part that really matters. I mean, I'll throw grease in it around the bushings, and then, but I won't do the whole shaft. So I'm gonna go ahead and load this up. This grease they tell you got to put in, and then we'll go from there. I'll put you on pause. All right, guys, now it comes for the seals. So the green one, like I showed you before, is thicker than the tannish one. And the green, or the thicker one, goes in the back, and the thinner one goes in the front. You're going to use that 1.5-inch socket, and I'm going to go ahead and grab my hammer and tap them in. I'll put you on pause. All right, guys, again, I got them started. Just going to tap them in to get them started, right? And then, but make sure, before you even put the seal in there, make sure that you clean the lip. That lip on both sides. Just kind of wipe it down with a rag. You don't want any oil or debris in there, because obviously it's a seal. You don't want it to leak. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the socket and pound them, tap them in. All right, guys, those are both in. And this one, the only thing about that is the one on the back side is more flush than this. There was a bigger gap here, and it was easier for me to pound it in, so I have this little lip right here. And I'm thinking that that's probably for the S-cam itself to lie in there. I think it is supposed to be flush back there, but we're going to find out from there. Now I'll go ahead and I'm going to add some grease and slide the S-cam in with the washers. I got to grab my sheet of paper real quick. All right, guys, so I was just bragging about my grease gun, and it's dead, so I'm going to go ahead and do a part 2 of this video. I mean, it really doesn't need a part 2, I don't think, but I'm going to do one anyways, so I need to get something to eat. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and do a part 2. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Ciao.